Welcome back, math friends. Today we are taking a look at lesson 9 of topic 4, more stuff about percents. Now this, we're going to take all the cool stuff about consumer percents and put it all together. We're going to be talking about discounts, we're going to be talking about markups, we're going to be talking about sales tax, all the great stuff that is based on percents that makes navigating life as a consumer, people who buy things, it'll make life easier for you to learn this percent stuff when it comes to being a consumer. Let's get started. Now make sure that you are wearing your headphones, because if you're not wearing your headphones, you're doing yourself absolutely no good because you're not hearing what's happening in the video. You're only seeing it and you're only getting 50% of the knowledge you need. So here we go. Let's take a look at our question. It says that Marcus wants to buy a new bicycle. He finds a bicycle at a local cycle store that is $250 for members of their club. Marcus is not a member, so he'll have to pay 10% more for the bike. That's a markup. But he does have a discount coupon for 15% off. Well, that's good. And he'll have to pay an 8% sales tax on his purchase. So we've got a markup, we've got a discount, and we've got sales tax. And we're going to do it all here right now. So let's get ready. Let's go and find out all the information that we need from the problem. Okay, the bicycle is $250 for members. He's not a member, so he's going to have to pay 10% more. And that, my friends, is a markup. Okay? He does have a discount coupon. Discount coupon for 15% off, and then we've got 8% sales tax when it's all said and done. And we're going to find out how much Marcus is going to pay for his bike after all of that. So, our first question. What is the purchase price of the bicycle after the initial markup of 10%? Well, first thing we've got to do, folks, is find out what is 10% of the original price. So we're going to set up our proportion. Proportions are our pals. Set up Mr. Proportion. We know the percent. If you know the percent, it goes on the left. That's 10%. That's 10 out of 100. And we know that the bike costs $250. That's the whole. Remember, we are talking about part to whole whenever we're talking about percents. $250 is the whole price that he will pay. So now we're trying to find the part. What is 10%? Well, okay, let's go from 100 to 250. What do we multiply by? Well, if you've been paying attention, you know that you're going to have to multiply that by 250 over 100. 100 times 250 over 100 will equal 250. If we do that in the denominator of our ratio, or our proportion, we have to do the exact same thing up top. So 250 over 100. And we're going to do this fancy math work over here because there's not room for it there. So here we go. 10 multiplied by 250 over 100. Make sure you put a 1 under your 10. 10 times 250 is 2,500. And 1 times 100 is 100. And then 2,500 divided by 100, well, that's 25. 25 what? Remember, that's $25. So the 10% markup will be $25. So the price gets marked up $25. So we have to take the original price of $250. We're going to add the markup value, and that will equal the total. So 250 plus 25 is $275. All right, so take the original price plus the markup that we found, and we add that together, and that's the price he's going to pay. Okay, so that's what he's paying so far, $275. Our next question begins with, what is the price of the bike after the 15% discount coupon is applied? So remember, he's got that 15% discount. So now we have to find out what is 15% of the 275. So we know the percent, it's 15. If we know the percent, it goes on the left. 15 over 100, that's 15%, equals, now at this point, the new whole value is 275. That's the price for the bicycle. And we have to ask ourselves, hey, how do I get from 100 to 275? What do I multiply by? Yep, you guessed it. You have to multiply by 275 over 100. Do that down there. You have to do the same thing up top. 275 over 100. So we're going to do that math work over here. So 15 multiplied by 275 over 100. We take the 15, we put it over 1 so that we can multiply straight across. And what is 15 times 275? And that amount is 4,125 according to my calculator. I will double check just to make sure, because never trust your calculator the first time. Your fingers might hit the wrong buttons. Yep, I got the same answer twice. 1 times 100 is 100. And so now 4,125 divided by 100, easy peasy, that's $41.25. So that is the amount of the discount. They're going to take $41.25 off the price of the bicycle. So that means we're going to take the price now, which is $275. We're going to subtract $41.25, and that equals $233.75. Double check your calculations to make sure your calculator isn't lying to you. Because sometimes, your fingers get fast. Yep, $233.75. So that is now the price of the bicycle with the coupon for 15% off. All right, we're moving on. So, what is the amount of money that he saved off the original price? So, the original price was $250. He's paying $23.75. So how much did he save? Well, we can find out simply by finding the difference between those two numbers. $250, which was the original price, minus $233.75. What is that? Let's see. Mr. Calculator says it is $16.25 savings. That's how much he saved from the original price of $250. $16.25. Perfect. That's good. He's saving money. Now, this next question asks, what percent decrease is the savings from the original price of $250? Well, because it's a percent decrease, we know that we are going to start off by finding the difference. So we're going to, and we've found that difference, right? We already found the difference between $250 and $233.75. We found that. So remember, you find the difference between the two, and then you divide that by the original price, and then you're going to multiply that by 100 to find the percent. So the difference between the two prices is like we have up here, $250 minus $233.75. That was $16.25. We're going to divide that by the original price of $250. Multiply that times 100. So remember, the first thing we do, divide this. $16.25 divided by $250. And that is 0.065. And we're going to multiply that by 100 to change it to a percent. And that equals 6.5%. So the price was a 6.5% decrease from what he would have paid if he had been a member of the club before the markup, before the discount. Okay, 6.5% decrease. All right, and now the last thing we're going to find out is how much will Marcus pay for this bike, including the sales tax. So we figured out what the markup was, the 10% markup. We found out what the price we found what the price was with that. Then we took the 15% discount, right? And then so now the price of the bike is $233.75. So now that we know the price of the bike, we have to figure out the price including the tax. And how much was the tax? Let's go back up and look at our problem. There it is, 8% sales tax. So we have to find what is 8% of the price of the bike. So we know the percent, so it goes on the left. We're going to set up our proportion. 8% is 8 out of 100. We know the whole amount of the bike is $233.75. Now all we have to do is figure out, how do I get from 100 to $233.75? Well, you know how to do that. We're going to multiply by $233.75 over 100. And we do the same thing up top. This pattern hasn't changed since the time we've been started, since the time we started this. All right, and we do this fancy math work over here. So 8 times 233.75 over 100. I'm going to put a 1 there. Okay. 8 times 233.75 is how much? Let's see. And that is 1,870. And 1 times 100 is 100. Now make sure that I'm going to double check my calculator, because sometimes, you know, fingers slip and you hit the wrong buttons. Yep, I got the same answer twice. 1,870, and 1 times 100 is 100. When we divide 1,870 by 100, it becomes 18.70, $18.70. That is our tax. That's the 8% sales tax. Now, we have to add that to the price of the bike. So, 233, oops, let me make sure I put this over here, 1870. That's the tax. All right, so $233.75. That's the price. Plus 1870. That's our tax. And that's going to equal our total. So $233.75 plus 1870 is $252.45. That is the total amount that Marcus will pay for the bike after the 10% markup, after the 15% discount, after 8% sales tax, to walk out the door with his new bicycle, $252.45. See how amazing percents and proportions can be? I hope you enjoyed this bit of math learning as much as I enjoyed teaching it to you. Have a great day. Don't forget to be awesome, and remember, percents are your friends.